Welcome back, students. So in this video we will discuss earthquake and protection against earthquake. What are the effects of earthquake? All those things we will discuss in this video. So any sudden disturbance below the earth's surface may produce vibrations on the earth crust. These vibrations are known as earthquake. Any sudden disturbance below the earth crust will produce vibrations on the earth crust. Okay, that is, these vibrations are known as earthquake. Any sudden disturbance below the earth's surface may produce vibrations on the earth crust. That is known as earthquake. The enormous energy released by the earthquake travels through the ground in the form of wave. Some waves make the ground ripple up and down, while others can shake it from side to side. Each type of wave travels through the earth at different speed. The waves generated by earthquake are called seismic wave. These are recorded by an instrument called seismograph or seismometer. The characteristics of an earthquake wave can be recorded on a screen on a seismograph is called a seismogram. The science which deals with seismic wave is called seismology, and earthquake scientists are called seismologists. The magnitude or intensity of the earthquake depends upon the amount of energy released and based on the direct measurement of the size of seismic wave. Richter scale. The magnitude or the intensity of an earthquake can be measured by Richter scale developed by Charles F. Richter, a US seismologist, in 1935. The number indicating the magnitude or the intensity of a Richter scale ranges between 0 to 9. The Richter scale is not a linear scale. On the scale, the vibrations of an earthquake with a magnitude 2 are 10 times greater in magnitude than those of an earthquake with magnitude of 1. And the vibrations of an earthquake with a magnitude of 8 are 1 million times greater in magnitude those of an earthquake of magnitude 2. Means this scale is not like a linear one, just like your scale in an instrument box. That's a linear scale. Okay, so the Richter scale is not a linear one. Earthquake measuring 0 to 3 on Richter scale are often not even noticed. An earthquake of intensity 4.5 is considered moderate and can disturb loose objects. At intensity 5.5, the earthquake is strong and cause furniture to move and intensity 6.5 can damage weak structures. An earthquake of intensity 8 or more can be very disastrous and can destroy the entire city. So that's about Richter scale. It's developed by Charles F. Richter, a US seismologist, in 1935. Its range is from 0 to 9. It's not a linear scale. Now, what are the main cause of this earthquake? Okay, the earth lithosphere is divided into about 20 parts called tectonic plates. These plates float over the hot magma below and are therefore in relative motion to each other. When these plates collide and the rock at the junction is sufficiently slippery, the plates slide over each other little by little. However, sometimes the rocks at the joint can interlock and get stuck, resisting pressure from within. For years, the force pushing the plates build up until the strain can rip the two plates apart. The rocks crack and shift, sending shock waves of energy in all directions. When these waves reaches the surface, they are felt as earthquake. The point from which an earthquake wave originates is called seismic focus. It lies within the crust of the earth. The point on the earth's surface vertically above the focus is called seismic center or epicenter of the earthquake. The intensity of the earthquake is greatest at the epicenter. The boundaries of the tectonic plates are zones where earthquakes are most likely to occur. These are known as seismic zones. In India, the seismic zone at the boundary of Indian plate and Eurasian plate passes through Kashmir, western and central Himalayas, the whole of northeast, Rann of Kutch, Rajasthan and the Indo-Gangetic plain. These areas are therefore most threatened. Now, volcanic activity. Volcanic activity is considered to be another main cause of earthquake. Almost all volcanic eruption is followed by earthquake, and many of severe earthquake cause volcanic eruption. The explosive violent gases during the volcanic eruption try to escape upwards. This leads to severe shaking of high magnitude, which depends upon the intensity of the volcanic eruption. So, what are the causes of earthquake? So, the causes of earthquakes are the movement of the earth plates. That's the movement of the tectonic plates. Second one is due to the volcanic activity, or meteor hit the earth's surface, or underground nuclear explosion. So all these can cause, or all these can produce earthquake. Okay. Then what are the effects of earthquake? The direct and indirect effect of earthquake include deformation of the ground surface, damage and destruction of human-made structures, towns, cities, loss of life, violent fires, landslides and floods, etc. Major earthquakes are very much less frequent. They may cause immense damage to buildings, bridges, dams and people. There can be a great loss of life and property. Earthquake can cause flood, landslide and tsunamis. So, deformed ground surface. Earthquake can produce vibrations which result in deformation of the ground surface. Then damage to human-made structures. Human-made structures such as buildings, roads, rail, factories, dams, bridges get severely damaged. Then damages to towns and cities. Towns and cities were the most affected due to high density of building and population. Large buildings collapse Groundwater pipes are damaged, electric poles get uprooted, telephone wires are damaged, and the collapse of the sewage system caused epidemic. Loss of human and animal life. The Bhuj earthquake of India in 2001 recorded 8.1 on the Richter scale and caused over 1 lakh human casualties. Strong vibrations caused by the earthquake can cause fire in homes, mines, and in factories due to the bursting of gas cylinders and short circuiting of electric wires. 2 oil refineries in Turkey were destroyed by fire caused by an earthquake in 1999. Landslides. The vibrations in hilly and mountain area can cause instability of rock materials. This ultimately leads to landslide, which damage settlements and transport systems. So, next topic is how we can protect against earthquake. We cannot predict it, but how we can protect against the earthquake. It is very difficult to predict the occurrence of an earthquake since it occurs suddenly. Violent earthquakes are more often destructive. They cause serious damage to the life and the property. So, what all precautions we can take to protect us against earthquake? In highly seismic area, use of timber better than bricks and concrete. Roofs should be made as light as possible. Houses made of timber is very popular in Japan, which is highly sensitive to earthquakes. Buildings should be made quake safe by constructing them according to quake proof norms. Firefighting equipment should be installed and kept in working order. The following are the steps you should take if you are caught in an earthquake area. If trapped in your home or in a building, take shelter under a table and do not move till the shaking stops. Protect your head with your arms. Avoid using a lift. Do not stay near the windows, bookshelf, mirrors, hanging posts, fans during or immediately after an earthquake. Leave your home or school building and move to an open space. If outdoors, keep away from high-rise building, trees, signboards, poles and electric wires. Do not sit inside a car or a bus. Help others according to their needs. If you are in a car or a bus, do not come out. Ask the driver to drive slowly to a clear spot. Do not come out till the vibrations stop. Okay. So that's about the safety that you can take if you are in an earthquake area, if you are caught in an earthquake. Okay. Thank you.